Look, I'm try. But I mean, I'm legitimately am gonna try. Just like multiple times. Here's the thing, it's not shoot. Peg's video gave me a chance on doing this again. What we should do is also, you know, kind of nice that Wells brought this cutscene, brought it back. Cutscene this, the reference cutscene to this. Each class with one, you know, demonstrated. By the way, fun fact. Turns out, thanks to also seeing Peg's video again. Turns out a Guild Knight suit, actually, Guild Knight equipment actually gives you double carb suit. Not double carbs. No, extra carb too. So yes. So no, you don't have to play a woman all the time. So yeah. Here's the game. I gotta learn 2 weapons for this game. Maybe actually, what 2 weapons are those? Lance and Great Sword. Maybe actually, why are you gonna learn try one? Here's the thing. I tried Lance multiple times. It feels weird. Great Sword is just a guy. This is like your hope. That is a cope weapon. By that I mean it does a lot of damage, sure, but apparently it's though you pray and hope. Actually, no, not copium. Really, it's the perfect way to describe Great Sword is the pray weapon. But I mean, you pray that the enemy is you're actually gonna hit it, because it would be cooler if it did hit. Also, shortened shields just too short. Shields. That's the only reason. The real reason. So I am interested in going into infrequent if I ever get to that. Also, a lot of people don't like Shadow Yor. Perfect way to describe this, the reason people don't like Shadow Yor is simply put, it's the world fight. That's it. I gotta fight that thing. I only fought that thing one time. It was awful. Also, if you're seeing this, I'm recording this. I'm shooting this. I'm kidding. It's the thing. I'm trying to do 2 things. 1, keep a video VODs, and 2, also trying to do a compilation video. That's way I could put this in like a long list of videos to edit when I first learned how to edit. That's hunting horn. Oh, this is all the new weapons right here. Hey, it's Lunastra, even though she does not matter in online. Her husband matters more. Also, fun fact, I'm not using original stick controls. There's... Yeah, I'm using the... Turned out, if you get a thing, I'm not gonna say what it is. My hope is to hopefully not going to say no, we'll go right in. I'll never be on the phone right in. Alright, look, I gotta fully commit to this. No more nonsense, no nonsense, no nothing. Also, I actually like how portable the kind of cops is seen when seeing your point of view. Alright, I gotta really computer looking. Also, the main reason I always try to pick Free Unite over this game is the inventory system sucks! No ifs, ands, or buts about that, but Dose has no problems at all. Here's the thing, Dose has two problems, and a lot of people say don't like the farming for you. Some people, who are masochists, don't like the farming for Unite because it makes them grind easier. I'm like, no, that's the best thing ever. My thing is, the only reason I think grind, if you do not never let grinding feel like you're doing chores. By that I mean, I played enough Kingdom Hearts to grind to max level to do certain events in both 1 and 2. You see 2. You know, I gotta do that. I gotta do that again in Kingdom Hearts 1 though. Enough time to know, hey, yeah, this kind of sucks. It's just like you doing the same thing. You gotta do that method for the longest time though, and it's not fun. Oh, welcome to our little village, Jumbo Village. You heard about our need for hunters and decided to answer the call, right? That's perfect. We've been hoping for a skilled hunter to stay and protect the village. Welcome, welcome. What a hunter to protect our village. I'm not sure if we could grow. Oh, of course, by hunting here, you can also build your reputation as a hunter. At least, that's what some hunters are after, I think. In any case, would you mind introducing yourself to everyone in the village? They sure love to meet you. See, in a village this size, we've all got to work together. We have a bit of a walkabout and see what we have to offer. If you find the instructor, he can teach you about the basics of hunting in case you need a refresher. Ah, and one last thing. There's a house with a green roof. Have you seen it? I set up some basic furnishing there. Fire hunter, please make yourself at home. There you'll find a feline to help cook and clean. They mentioned they had a housewarming gift for you. So don't be shy. Take the place is yours. But of course, here's the signing bonus. I promise sure I speak for when I say we look forward to working with you. That means nothing. Everyone should know this. Alright, the main reason I say this, there's two problems. There's two main reasons I always want to skip the freedom night. Well, everyone knows how important eating is, right? Well, you need food for both your health, but your skill. It affects your both your health and your stamina. Here's the thing about this game: stamina is not affected by. You don't really need to eat for stamina. You need to eat for health, or else you need the skills for it. By that I mean, there's only one way to eat, and it's like either max potions or eating. I actually ripped the bayonet off right to a point. Here's the thing: certain food combinations affect you differently. You can have a negative food combination, which gives you not only less health, but less stamina. Less stamina thing's not important. The less health that will bite you in the butt. If you do not have the internet, you were screwed because certain combinations affect you differently. By that I mean, it affects you with seasons. Dang. Only Frontiers had this because it's built off the bones of those. Because in the MMO. Which I gotta get back to that as well. Okay. Anyway, like I said, there's this thing called season in this game. After a couple of rotations, I have a couple rotations of day and night cycles. You will get a different season. Warm, cold, warm season, cold season, breeding season. Warm seasons let you not go to the desert because it'll be too hot. Breeding season's alright. Cold season won't let you get certain. I want you to let you get honey. Those seasons also affect your crew combination. Oh, Harold. Yeah. Yeah. What you say? Oh, you're oh. No, Harold. What you say? Oh, you said you're mine on being a hunter for this village. I know the chief wanted to liven up the place, call in a hunter, and, here we are. Well, you made it. Yes, this village is so remote. They hardly anyone stays for long. The stuff on business. Stuff are nearly ready to give up. Bah, and live. I'm at live like granny. But when I pick up the hammer and tongs, there be so much running around. Whew, certainly keeps me inactive though. Anyway, after he found such unique monsters around here, the chief couldn't keep quiet. All he wants is to see this place thrive. To find yourself sudden and stop by, it may just be a little granny, and this might be a second forge, but we'll both pack a punch. Raw. From over to bone, nothing's too tough for this granny. Not even running up and down the forge shelf. Alright. Come on, dude. Market feline. Nay. What's the stream divine customer? I pray. Yeah, beekeep some like yeah. For everyday treats to a hunter, most important tools. My market has everything you need. Yeah. My nose shows me I the most profitable custom business venture here in this village. My nose is wrong. Yeah. Let's show it for this. Yes. Welcome to Jumbo Village. Alright, could you be... You're the new village hunter, right? Right. Of course you are. Actually, I gotta finish sorting out the quest paperwork. Furthermore, the chief just asked me to post a party request. From this tavern, you should accept the jungle expedition. Give it your best shot and forage for items in the village around the village. Oh, and if you need something explained, just go and see that ready instructor. Yeah? Ooh, oh, you'll know the guy when you meet him. Oh, okay. You human? Respect me. Are you the newcomer to the village? I see. I'm returning to myself. Yo, I'm the instructor here. Run the Hunter Dojo when I turn rookies into confident hunters. Hunter Dojo is solo operation. I'll get anyone in hunting shape with my clever, enthusiastic regime. If you're still finding your feet, try Outlaw Hunter Basics. And remember, in life there are hunters, and then there are monster hunters. Rah, 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 rah. Ah, sure, I can't do the Rhino quest. I'm not looking at it. Alright, so here's the thing. You've seen Bake video, you know that small monsters are a problem. When I tell you he did not understand the primordial pain of Monster Hunter 1. But I mean, hey, I stream, for those that have never seen my kid before, I stream Monster Hunter 1 a little bit. No. No. It's not even the hamster, it's just like, no. It's like worse. It's worse than 2. For those who understand, Freeman I actually found a perfect balance. It's just annoying enough, just there to annoying enough, and not that much of a problem. Oh, hello. Can you hear me? Before you begin, let me give you some advice. Listen well, so that we both work hard for our little jumbo village. Time flows ever forward in the world, you know. No, this has a point. I promise. Just some basic first. You depart on a quest during the day. You will hunt take place. Oh yeah, there's a day and night system. Like I said, after a day comes night, and after a certain time, it affects season. Here's the thing: this also affects how much pain you want that quest to be. By that I mean, certain monsters are affected by a day and night cycle. You see that in Pake video. Yeah, finding Rathalos at night gives you a lesser, weaker version of Rathalos. Here's the thing, though. What you didn't say in that video is it also affects small monster spawns. And also affects item spawns too. For instance, you try to get there's a day herb and a night herb. You can only forge portions with a day herb. I want to remind people that multiple times because that's the first time it messed me off in this game. But I mean, if you do not time it right, you can not have potions, and you will find. Anyway, cause you know what? I'm gonna get to it. We'll get to it. Anyway, like I said, this also affects. Like I said, it affects small monsters' funds. Cause small raptors come out when you fight things at night. Cause the ape quests become somehow worse. Well, actually, no. Man, quests are always bad in OG games, no matter what you do. But Star Generations Ultimate, funny enough. If you depart on a quest during the day, you want hunt to take place at day. You leave at night, it will transpire overnight. All quests are like this. It moves so quickly, still curious, but let's just focus on the hunt for now. With the day and night cycle, so too do the local experience change. Monsters, like I said. Oh yeah, water level changes too. It's affected in the desert. There's also seasons at play. The warm, cold, and breeding season. Each playing their part and influence your hunt. Like I said, there are many monsters who only appear certain seasons. Yep, so it's important to pay attention to our local ecology. Well now, I hope that wasn't too much said. Anything went unanswered? Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful still. For y'all maybe wondering what I'm saying. Here's the thing. Like I said, I have a patch version of Monster Hunter 1, which lets me, thank goodness. Let me use button controls. Is the button. Wait, two? I just wanted to give it to you. And it's half enough. I don't have the island space around me. Anyway, you cannot tell up till Gen 3, I believe. That yeah, you cannot tell which item gives you. Can't tell which part is available. I play this game, play enough this and Free Unite to let me do this. Yes. Also, funny enough, fact, Free Unite has G version of him. It's still less evil in this game. By that I mean, by that I mean, oh wow, if you ever seen Pig's new Free Unite video, what he says is true. When Usher has a dash button, but somehow Usher doesn't. Yeah, that was stupid. Yeah, it turns out he was not wrong. Yeah, some monsters are way easier. Games way more accessible than those. Those just kept punching you in the face. It's just kept going and going and going to the point. It was like I just don't want to do anything with it. Yeah, Area 2. I was debating where not go to Area 2 or 9. I don't remember. Oh yeah, just Area 2. Either way, anyway. By the way, small monsters' corpses despawn fast, so guard while you can, because if you don't, well, I probably shouldn't be doing this because I do not have that much on XP. So yeah, I'm lucky enough to not deal with a double curing quest. So I was like, what if I do this now though? I only get. Here's the thing: you don't. For how Elder Dragons work in the game, it's just. For those who've never seen both pay pigs of free his free night and his dope there, you understand what I'm talking about. Why I'm bringing them up? Because he made me understand how origin monster hunter works. By that I mean skills determine how much where or not you will be able to feed a monster or not. By that I mean if you do not have the right amount of skills, nor do you have the right amount of skills, you will have bad time. Sure, I gotta fight Plazioff multiple times, and that sucks. It's like the only one time I had a good time with Plazioff is when I was fighting him on Frontier. The worst one it was Freedom Night too, cause I tried. I genuinely tried to hit him with the bow gun. It just wasn't fun. Also, X is back. For those that don't know, the PS1 was worked like a Super Nintendo controller. Which, if you don't know why, it's because straight up it was because like, if you've seen how original PlayStation controller worked, it was basically a Super Nintendo controller, just less suitable. Yeah, now he still knows me. Also, I get 6 first aids. Well, this is Hermitar. We will fight its older version, cousin later. Also known as corpse already respawn. Like I said, also By the way, that's a fix. You can never. Besides that, when Peg said recommended that, hey, you better hunt Diablos at night, or else you won't have a bad time. Never hunt anything else at night though. By that I mean, yeah, it may be wicked, but the problem is though, you would have to deal with the worst thing of all time. Here's the thing: if you ever seen, shoot, I forgot to eat. Yeah, look it up real quick. Best way right behind me too, huh? Skull. Yeah, that's his name. You actually. Shoot, what was I about to say? You actually did a video on Monster Hunter One where he did the Fatalis with his friends. Yeah. Also, there was no decorations in Monster Hunter One. That's the main reason I stopped playing that version because what? Also, run is different from R1. That's I don't understand why is that important because straight up. Oh. Shoot, now I gotta definitely keep this. But I don't understand why that's important. Simply put, that lets you get a place off on land. Maybe action. How do you know this? Because I actually quartered that video. The VL top 10 worst monsters. Place off was number 2, but Rajang was number 1. I only fought Rise Rajang, so I don't understand how true that is. Only fought fun fact, only fought Gen Ultimate being Garuga, so I don't understand how true that. But I fought Kieran and Gen Ulrich's Ultimate Land and I must say, yeah, no, that thing's him being in that place accurate. Can't go a lot too high though. I found him in Gen 2 and Gen 2 Free Unite. Actually, not those. I found him Free Unite. Generations Ultimate and Wilds. He's not that bad actually. Yeah. Now I don't know how bad Amber Congo is though. Yeah, probably should go a little bit later. Maybe action. What's so bad about this? Small monsters are awful. There's a currency. I want you to look at this. I want you all to look at this. It's not. The only reason I'm not going through this now is because I don't have a hammer. Nor longsword, nor. I don't just read the hammer in this game. Also, when I say this complete intro. Never do Gen 2 alone. By that I mean the origins alone. By that I mean Monster Hunter was first and foremost online, made for online play, and you will feel it as soon as you get the village, town quest, city quest / city quest. Maybe asking, what do I mean by that? As soon as you get an online, single player sucks. because you'd have to be as honorable as you have to be. But I mean, if you've seen both Bio Tiger X and Allowed to Issues video, you understand what I mean by that. When for Ultimate video on hunting Gazmazios, in which they have to hunt that monster by themselves, or else. Yo, I'm talking about 4 Ultimate Gazmazios, by the way, by themselves, so they couldn't get no help. And you can see that was the only 2 examples. And 4 Ultimate is not as bad. It's the least worst of it. Gen 2 is the worst of if you not have. Let me sure Pig did that solo challenge. When I tell you he did not, but it's not meant for that. But I mean, Monster Hunter was made for multiplayer, and it is built, and if you feel that with the first 2 entries. But I mean, small monsters are meant to be awful because you are a single player. One's supposed to, and Peg says that perfectly, because they're supposed to affect you when you do hunting a regular monster. It's just 6 twisted joke that this is the only. That you get 6 on gathering quests, but yet nothing else. No, it's not worth it. Wait, if I can fish here. Meatball Frango, see it often eating up until rise. They were introduced in the first game, and boy, howdy. Dang it, I didn't get the head. Maybe that's what I mean by that. Simply put, if it's head drop, you get a Forza Hammer, and it's good early game because. Also, fun fact: fishing's worse than Dogen in the first game. Yeah, Monster Hunter Doge is basically Gen 1 is basically its first game syndrome at its perfect form. Before Gen 2 introduced a lot of things, and then Gen 2 introduced more things. We didn't get Mountain until Gen 4, but my thing is that's like. I explain this. Perfectly explain this. To understand how much different it is, Gen 1 Monster Hunter is basically, it's not Street Fighter 1. Nothing can be bad. Nothing can be as bad as Street Fighter 1. The perfect example of this is describe it as none other than Monster Hunter Gen 1 is a perfect example. Of first game syndrome. It's the first it's Smash Bros. It's 64 first Smash Bros. But I mean, you know Smash Bros. 1 is good. melee is just that much better. Gen 2 is melee. True, now I definitely gotta play on this profile now. This is a face. Dang it, I can't hold nothing else. But I got hold. No. I get honey though. This actually does matter. Also, remember this for later, even though you like, hey, you can get cuckoo shells on this thing. Yeah, remember this is important for later. I only like really care behind. Yeah, to avoid make mistakes, not to get raffle or something. Also, tracking is different. But I mean, tracking is all different, and you may say, "Oh, detect is different." I explain this. When you spray paintball, detect and paint Monster on one raffles fit what was different. It's different in Free Unite. By that I mean, detect actually does detect. You don't need no paintball no more. Yes, I'm not joking. Detect is different in both games. You know they're both Gen 2 games. That also explains the inventory system, but also we will finally get there. Explain why I really besides the farm, there's another reason why I really don't want to play DOS. Don't want to play DOS that much. By that I mean, because money matters in this game. I mean, it matters in every monster in the game, but it really matters in this game. Of course, I said it. Don't give me a small monster bone, and look what happened. Here's the thing. I'm actually gonna do this quest a lot. Maybe X and Y though, because simply put, if you not having meant to explain this, every monster in the game is this. Besides what people may say, old school preparation is also important key to the old school new school, to new monster hunter. Because you don't have the right materials, you do not have the right amount of skills, and if you do not have the right amount of skills, you can't do good at certain hunts. Can Also, this is the only game that does it. Shows you timer. Yeah, also, like in PayPay's video, he said you can't. You gotta patch in your inventory, your self inventory affects your affects you can't send items to box when you get in the quest rewards. Trust me, it gets annoying afterwards. All right, time to get in the reasons. Two of the main reasons I don't want to play this game. I play this game over those. One is the day and night cycle. Like I said, the night cycle affects what monsters you will affect and what items you can carry. And time to get in the main reasons why I don't like. I really can never set an inventory system in this game. Maybe asking how bad can it be? Here's the thing. Oh yeah, I carved it. All right, here's the thing. See how this potion says 10 in red? That's the max item you can have on your person. This is also a thing in 1. This is also the max amount you can have in this inventory. But I don't mean, yes, I'm not joking. Potions only stack up to 10 in your box. This don't sound bad. Till you realize, hey, you notice how there's no pages at the bottom like you can turn to? Yeah. You need to buy a book for that. You need to buy an item to expand your inventory. Your box inventory. I'm not joking. This is how it is. Look, I want you all to look at this. Yes, it's that bad. You're saying, oh, you just had to buy it. Here's the thing. Money, like I said, money is an important factor. And the reason leads just into the second reason why I don't want to play, I want to play Freedom Night Overdose. See this bed? You can save in it. You also sleep. To change the day and night cycle, it costs money. To change the entire season, it also costs us money. Yes. The best case scenario for this game is to wait the clock out in real time. So that way you can save the most money you can have in this game to force more equipment and to buy items, the bucks you need. Like I said, also it's also an old gen game. Thank goodness World decided to remove that from the equation. Combo books and combo skills is stupid. The dumbest thing ever. Who thought that was a good idea? Should have been gone off of that since DOS. But I mean, if you don't have, all right. Also, you can't combine your inventory. Yeah, use the inventory system. Okay, just internal. There's also another way to pass the time. Oh crap, I forgot you can't fish yet. Sure, I gotta upgrade the village a little bit more now. And here it is. She was not even it. Yeah, much less. I don't care about that. Hasn't got to it yet. I was like, yeah, you need to tranquilize the form. I still need sheet music for that. Also, also another thing is it costs money. Yeah, see that chain and armor has more, but it gives you more health. Your health skill. So yeah. You also need leather armor for the gathering skill. Yes, it gives you more chance to gather. Oh yeah, the map skill. Yeah, you can just have a map on you. And have it not take over inventory. Yeah, that was kind of stupid. A little bit. Yeah, stuff takes up inventory stuff a lot. So you got forge, maybe action. Why did I buy that hammer? That seems like a lot of money. Here's the thing. That's investment. It's called, if I get the iron hammer, I do not have to waste time forging the iron. Forging it. But I mean, I need the materials to form the longsword. Some people say the longsword is not that good. Here's the thing. So, oh, shoot. That's sword dance. Yeah, if Spirit Gauge, using Spirit Gauge though, still gets this. If you max it out, gives you not only attack boost, but using the Spirit Gauge itself actually, fun fact, let you pass. You don't make you let pass monsters' defense, meaning your weapon doesn't bounce. Only other two weapons that does this is hammer, dual blades during dual blade dance, and that. Yes, I'm not joking. Here's the thing, I'm doing this semi-plan thing. But I mean, I wait for day, do a quest, and then combine materials at night, then wait for night. Oh yeah, pack. I thought he was in the box. Huh? Shipwright. I was just thinking those mini games. Here's the thing. Hello, Hunter. Jungle can be tricky to navigate, but oh, what's that? You already completed the jungle expedition? Such a short time. You managed to find your way around the jungle so quickly. Much more skill than I thought. It was too early to say, but I'm already feeling more at ease with you here, and our village may finally get a firm foothold out here. I have so many ideas for this place. See, are two things the village needs to see. The first is vision and hope. I have no shortage of either. I see potential here, and I'll foster that in every way I can. The other is a village to keep a village safe and materials flowing, or at least someone with ambition to become an ace hunter. Given your apparent aptitude, I think our Jubble village finally has the potential to become a hub of trade and economic activity. We have quite a good workshop too. This is a perfect place to homeschool. Don't you think so? You don't have to make your mind up about it staying with us. Yes, yeah, but you consider staying a little bit longer. Your minds. If your mind is set, could I ask that you collect some materials for the jungle? While you trade them to fund one of my ideas, improve the village. Here, a little something for you. It's not much, I know, but I must thank you for your hard work. this far. Complete a list. Materials we need. Take your time reading over it. Ah, come on! Of course. Now you know, may notice the hammer. Here's the thing. Maybe you notice why I got the iron hammer. Here's the thing. Bone hammers do more damage. However, base raw damage doesn't matter when it's being deflected by the sharpness of your weapon. Here's the thing. Sharpness matter over the raw damage. Elemental kind of matters important too, because you want to take advantage of weakness. But if you have a good enough sharpness and good enough raw damage to affect actually outnumber in my opinion, elemental abilities. Unless it's paralysis. Paralysis affects a lot of monsters. But other than that, yeah. Then also what weapon type you're using. You may be asking, what do I mean by that? See, here's the thing. There are bladed weapons and blunt weapons. Hammer and hunting horn are obviously blunt weapons, and every blade weapon is a sharp weapon. Here's the thing. Sharp weapons, that also affects how bad and how good a time your fighting a monster is. Here's the thing. Gravios, a lot of people don't like Gravios. Here's the thing. It's because they're fighting it wrong. You're supposed to use a hammer. And their old weapon will affect you unless you have high enough sharpness on greatsword. Will just bounce off of it. That's why a lot of people dislike Gravios. It's just use a hammer. That's it. Which is not even that bad, really. Black Gravios still sucks because it just spams lava plumes and giant lasers. Which makes it not fun. Three, 5. Eight. I got enough. I got gathering. And it's saying if you need 10 or higher for a set to be good. Here's the skill to actually work. Fun fact: if you have a negative skill, if it gets too low, you can have negative skills. Let's see, active skills. Everything. You can actually have 15 to be a better version of certain sets too. Here's the thing. Fun fact: if you get there's also a thing called negative skills too. Defense staff. If it gets negative 10, guess what happening to you? That's beautiful. All right, now time for the quest. Oh yeah, I gotta go through. Yeah, sorry about this, guys. Maybe asking why am I going through this multiple times? Here's the thing. Yeah, I can't do other quests until I deliver some certain items. But I mean, you better like to see this quest a lot of times because without it, you basically just do nothing. I forgot to put a mega potion back up. I still notice how L2 is the thing. So you can unlock the tower, you need to get just look at pay idea video, because also for the fact he complains about Finn was about how if you don't have you took other words to get out of the war. It's saying you do, as a skill card plugs or prevents this. This is in every game. It's became from to world of beyond. It became just an annoyance because let's be honest. It just interrupts your skill, and it gets annoying a lot, like a lot. It just becomes just obnoxiously so that you about to do an attack and then roars. I'm like, dang it, I can't do it anymore. But if you're far away enough, it won't affect you. Now, some people may be hearing me describe how Dose is. Here's the thing. Dose is a good game. It's just it wants you to punch you in the nuts multiple times. And it's not even an exaggeration. The way people describe how they love Gen 2, but it's like the most difficult thing, but yet they love Gen 2. My thing is, it's kind of, you gotta kind of have a masochism kink to play these games. Play OC and School Monster Hunter. Gen 3 Beyond is great, wonderful actually. But to like Gen 2, and especially Gen 1, you had to be partially masochistic enough to play those. Partially masochistic for Gen 2, kind of, you're quarter away masochistic to like Gen 1. Also notice how like it was able to get out longer than normal. Because I got gathering skills. Yes, it affects you. Gathering affects you that much. Also, maybe you know swim as a skill. Here's the thing. That affects how much you Fun fact, charge was in 1. There was no Fun fact, the spinning thing is actually legitimately good. Also, it's kind of weird how it's like Iceborne. Fun fact, World's the only really G expansion I liked World until like Iceborne. It's because I explained what G rank is. A lot of people say G rank is like hard. It's because straight up you need to get G rank equipment. The problem is though, to get G rank equipment, you gotta do G rank quest. And you need to, like I said, problem is with that you need to get good enough defense to. You need G rank armor to get good enough defense to do more quests. That becomes a problem when you gotta realize. Yeah, not having whim kind of sucks. That's the other thing. Not gonna lie, I always want to say this. Superboy Prime kind of is like milk. Kind of by that I mean like how like you said because he becomes like a Superman boy and stuff like that. Here's the thing. Somewhat yes, some fans will be saying that and it's like you wouldn't do that. It's like be overreacting too much. It's like I said, it's somewhat like I say he's somewhat aged like milk because like some writers should never be write comic books or anything else again. But I mean, perfect definition of it is Zeb Wells. It's the perfect definition of why some people don't like certain things. Damn, sorry for everybody. Here's the thing: a lot of people say how like manga oversold comic books. Everyone knows the reason why because like comic books kind of like sucked for a while, but so before Absolute, they started getting better with around Absolute Batman, Absolute Universe, and other comic books like that. Of course. And then of course the Marvel number kind of ruined it. So my thing is Marvel kind of is it is at a point where it can barely fix itself. By that I mean, sure, black people like Marvel itself. I'm not talking about movies. I'm talking about the comic books itself. Maybe more than one I'm talking about. Here's the thing. It's just like a mess. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to get unique mushrooms. Let me get that all, huh? Yeah, I'm actually gonna get all others. By the way, there's none left means there's none left. It's kind of weird how that's was the thing. Huh? And like I said, the Ultimate yeah, they try to bring Marvel's kind of mess because they're trying to bring back the Ultimate Universe again. Everyone's pumped up for that. Then they just like nah, nah. I'm like they killed it off again. I'm like what? From what I heard, they killed it off. I'm like what? Yeah, cancel it again. Me can't action why I'm killing all these after enough for. So that way I can um subquest because you need subquest gives you a lot of money. When I be able to hunt monsters, certain monsters, you need a lot of money. Why do I got 3? What is this? Also, I remember someone made a saying about Batman. The reason why, like, Batman gets the most glazed. I already said this like another time before. I don't think I kicked it. It's like Batman gets the most glazed, and like, and Clash of Mega D say you don't like Batman. This thing, what he says about Batman is true. This thing, that's mostly comic book Batman, which a lot of people, besides what comic books, some people say about comic books, this thing, most people know Batman for the anime series. But I mean, don't want, but say things such as like Brave and Bold and the anime series, like they love Batman like that because like yeah, he shouldn't make himself look cold, but he actually cares about humanity. Tries and cares. That's what matters. He carried crying girl and crying girl. And it's like that's what like if Batman your version of Batman can't help a crying girl, you don't have Batman. You just have the Punisher. Here's the thing, the Punisher cares about that stuff too. Kind of, sort of cares. Hack. Also, there's a thing, and then I'm glad they introduced hammer dizziness. Uh, by that I mean, if you get a monster hard enough with a hammer, you could cause them somewhat to be. It may be. I don't know what kind of sad thing it is about that though. It's causing me dizzy a little bit. Like I said, the main reason why the person just does what he does is like, shoot, it's like a lot of stories, so it's like can't be simple. Like he's seen evil, so it's just like, nah, kill him. Nah. Yeah, somewhat yes, but somewhat no. It's like some people can be redeemed, some people can never be redeemed. Some people can redeem if they try hard enough. Some people just don't appear evil enough to just like. Not gonna lie, it's kind of funny I mentioned this. It's like I'm gonna watch it today. It's like I kind of like superheroes, and it's like I just kind of like superheroes because like yeah, I like superheroes because I grew up with the MCU when it was like yeah, to speak. Even then, before that, I grew up with like the Christopher Nolan trilogy. Even though I'm not going to get into that. Even though Christopher Nolan trilogy, I like The Dark Knight. Here's the thing, I like Iron Man. And I grew up was actually really I only grew up saw the 1 and 3 of Spider-Man Sam Raimi trilogy. Rarely saw 2. Rarely saw 2. I actually really like 1. And I know this nostalgia critic doesn't like the Goblin mask, but it's like it's kind of peak when you really think about it. It's like, man, even though like he has that mask on, you're thinking that man was pure evil. Besides the Dark Knight's Jerko, that man was like that. And you can say like this man's doing it for the love of the game. I like that. He's insane to actually feel it, and he's actually doing all these evil stuff. Like it's like most quote like why it's so serious, but it works because straight up they have a presence to them, and and what is the way they speak, they're insane, but it's kind of cool to hear their quotes. That's why I like Green Goblin, saying Green Goblin, and I'm actually glad they brought that back in No Way Home. Despite what what happens in it. Anyway, like I said, then also and I also like how the Joker is kind of similar in that way. Because both Green Goblin and Joker are kind of similar, because they both had real hate. But like Green Goblin hates that man. I mean, sure you don't get he did grow Gwen Stacy, so it's like kind of similar to like Joker. I mean, sure killed. Shoot. Oh my goodness, killed Robin. It was like, which caused him to become Red Hood. I mean, it wasn't Superboy Prime. Red Hood would have never been a thing. Kind of crazy how that works. Also, I know how the sand popped up stuff right there. That's foreshadowing. Also, yeah. No, I'm glad the Shogun got brought back in Rise. I mean Sunbreak. Cause like without dying, what's Shogun at? That man is difficult. And there's like jump bunches of slashes. It's like keeps caught me off guard. I don't know. You never be prepared for that attack. Oh, Area 5. I keep forgetting that. My mind's kind of split. No, dude. Alright, you're 9. Also, like I said multiple times, like multiple different videos, I hope to play Final Fantasy 14 one of these days, but I can't be making money. I'm kind of just for that. just got everything right there. Glad I got Catherine skill on dude. I'm gonna be getting a lot more. Anyway, so I'm like, yeah, screw it. I'm just gonna get something else like that. I'm gonna get that later on anyway. If it was like a plate or something like that, never like monster drops. It's like, nah. Let those go. Maybe asking why. Because no matter what game it is, no matter it's new gen gives you if you capture new gen, yes, like it kind of gives you a high chance of getting the monster part. No matter what game it is, no matter what franchise, no matter what generation it is, getting a monster drop is the worst. The design sensor is the biggest enemy of all players. Maybe asking what do I mean by that? Here's the thing. No matter Monster Hunter is a game of repetition. By that I eat good repetition, like Dynasty, like Warriors game. By that I mean you have to hunt multiple things. You got to do multiple things. You got to hunt multiple monsters, a single monster, multiple times to get a certain amount of parts. To get the parts to get the equipment you need to hunt a monster multiple times. So yeah. Does charms exist in this game or not? I think there's no time again here. Like I said, yeah, perf right here. Max out in inventory in the game, and field, max out in the box. It's work. Like I said, also like I said in the, you have to buy. This is also a thing for Unite and kind of in Frontiers too. You have to buy more inventory space. Now we're doing money, obviously, but like Zenny, And you have to. So that means you have to grind for that. You also got to grind for that. You also got to grind for. Which means you got to grind for that. Yeah, it's in a book form, so yeah. And we do the first hunt of the game, which means you can probably get potions. I gotta get. Here's the thing. Here's what I like to do with Velociraptor and Billodrone, especially Velociraptor. I like to gather. Yeah, right here. Yep. Feast your eyes on it. Feast your eyes on it. Which means if you have, you just like you need to. You sometimes that means you got whole inventory space. Game too. So, yeah. She's trying to say his skills. Like I said, you just gotta make. Also known as a form. Also, fun fact, like I said, like Peg said in his last video, if you do not have, if you put decorations in decoration slot of your armor set, you cannot take it out. So be careful. Also save. So save scum like in this game. That's a Karma Master. So yeah, you just gotta wait. Oh, dear John Bill resident. Dear John Bill residents, we have a new resident. Hunters arrived at the village. They live at a green roofed house, which was previously vacant. Let's give them a warm welcome. I'll become best friends. Oh yeah, this is like. Crap. Yes, I can do it. Here's the thing. Here's an arm wrestle. Peg described it. If I can do it, I can do it. Also, it's kind of cool how to try first. Also, you cannot time out. Dang, yeah. This man's hard. You can only do this at night, by the way. These mini games actually give you a bonus. Dang it. I gotta try again. But I'll probably do it another time. Unless it's desert, actually. Fun fact, you desert at night is actually really good, plausible. Because it's like, yeah. Other fishing guy. I pressed it. What? Wow, this is better than Gen 1 fishing. It did not bob. It does not bob. Oh, fish. I've never seen them before. Also, this thing does a weird, does the souls like thing. By that I mean blue is good, red is bad. For those who don't know why I'm saying this, here's the thing: sometimes red is good and blue is bad. For instance, if you ever seen, there's actually someone that actually did a great video on this. Like I'm describing. Oh yeah, the other ring game from Front South from made. Eternal ring. Yeah, where red is good and blue is bad. Also, I know a lot of people talk about like Sony just getting physical this because like this thing, this all happened because GTA 6 was able to make like $1 billion, not like $3 billion, the money back. They needed $3 billion to make the money back from the investment on GTA 6. They already made that money back from peanut orders alone, disc gold only, of $100 edition of a game. IB was like, this is the dumbest thing. Here's the thing. The main reason why is because people have been waiting for this game for almost, if not 10 years at least like 10 years since like ever since like at least at the least like 2018. Yeah, further even further back too. Cause like people have been waiting for GTA 6 for like the longest time. And it's been 13 years since GTA 5 had been out. So it's like and it's also been delayed not once, but like twice at this point. So it's like people's been waiting for this game for like eternity. So of course it's gonna sell well. Sony can't use it as an excuse for like, hey, we should continue your physical this. No. Because people have been waiting for GTA 6 for like forever. No one's waiting for a Sony game. Where everyone said, oh, but let's be honest. Besides God of War, let's be honest. Every other franchise Tony has barely touched any of his other franchises. Even then, when the one ones they make now are either garbage. It's just bad because they always keep on go live service. And a lot of people say, "Oh, they make live service." Then why they keep doing this? Because this is an American company. That's why. Let's be honest. Corporate greed. A lot of people say corporate greed, but really, I mean, this is mostly. I mean, a lot of people say Nintendo's making the $8 games. Yes, that's bad too. But you know what started this all? $7 games. You know, the first two companies did that. The worst ones. Here's the thing. A lot of people say it make Sony Japanese again. And you know what? They're right. Because all this push started at the end of the PS4. It's been going on ever since. It's been a snowball. And it's been snowballing ever since. It's like it's kind of a comical joke at this point. I ran. Yes, I will say forever. I do not care. I'm not spending that much money. I'm just gonna kill it because like it's not even G rank in this game. So really, I'm just gonna capture things, monsters, if I really need to. Really, I should learn how to use bow though, because like I only use it like one time. It's like a couple of times in Frontier. And that was it. Just felt weird. Really, that's it. That's the only reason I stopped playing Frontier. I mean, not the Frontier itself. Because dang, trying to get trying to just get in one shot multiple times because trying to upgrade gear. Because like yeah, the upgrade system works like in dose. You need a certain amount of parts and not just armor spears. Now it's kind of funny how One Piece a game. A lot of people using the One Piece meme to surprise piracy against like stuff. It's like because ever since because like corporations, it was like no you be all nothing, be happy. The thing is kind of become like a common occurrence. I was really surprised that Sony decided to roll out physical disc when really they made additional only when that Pro console legitimately did not have a disc edition. You had to add, they had to buy a this thing separately. But I always said this. I like talking about this. Some people say it can't. Ian Flynn does not write good songs. Sorry. No, it's just like he got restricted because of campaign. When somebody said to me, but the Ian Flynn's that had campaign. I'm like, no, no. Cam Pillars does not know how to write anything at all. Ballrax basically describes it best. Cam Penders wanted to make everything else besides Sonic. Right, something else besides everything else besides Mario. Right about everything else besides Sonic in those series. Carbo is just like, you know what? Since he's doing that, let's not like why not include everybody, including Sonic, and include it according to the main story. I actually like that. At least give him that. He started doing that and make the world. Decided to make the core key foundation of Archie Sonic. The world itself is important. Is the main character, not just Sonic and Archie Sonic. Maybe asking why I'm saying this because if you ever seen that, it's 8 hours. It's good though. Lord's Archie Sonic not rambling. Not talking about like retrospective on Archie Sonic is a perfect example of why it's a perfect example. Of actually, everything wrong with. It's kind of shows a lot of everything wrong, and shows a lot of everything wrong about comic books. Now, comic books. By that I mean, to me, Cook's indication because Carl Burrs can break Sonic good. Doesn't mean Cam Perner's right once can make a good story. Can sometimes not make a good storyline. Too many people trying to write stuff and don't listen to the other stuff, and thus leads to the plot line making no sense whatsoever. Boy, it does not sound familiar, huh? To anyone who's ever read a DC comic at all. But I mean, if you know, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, there's a Batgirl who had, for those who know, besides Barbara Gordon, there was actually another Batgirl who, I forget her name. She was, if not mistaken, not part of League of Assassins. That's the Young Justice thing. She became part of League of Assassins because she wanted reparation to put Barbara Gordon in the wheelchair. Cassandra King, yes, that's her. Cassandra King was like, she was evil. There's someone brothers that became Batgirl. Some related with them right there as evil because they didn't know that she was already evil and didn't turn to a good guy. Like I said, like how Superboy Prime kind of eats like milk, because let's be honest, comic books itself can never kind of can't keep his head on straight because like some people write, well, I'm saying what I'm talking about. Some people write certain stories making no sense, write story that contradicts what a character usually does. But I kind of sort of, well, not overbows. It's like each his own tail. But it's like plot lines go to plot lines go to plot line, to different multiple stupid plot lines. For instance, you know, for those who have seen the comic editorial issue videos, know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh dang it! Solid JJ's comic editorials. Yeah, all those stories are true. Everyone said that in the comics, but the one about Miss Marvel and Deathstroke and Terra. Yes, all that's true. And he's written by how Deathstroke and Miss Marvel won, but Miss Marvel being pregnant. That I'm not the one to talk about that. Also, like I said, I hope to play Final Fantasy 14 one day. Wink, wink, wonk, wonk. Make this channel go full time. Wink, wink, wonk, wonk. Please, for the love, please, please. Want to do this. I know Let's Play channels are kind of dying out, but it's like I kind of want to do it the way I do it. Not time to hunt for a lost drone. Yes, we are on a regular hunt this time. I'm glad that both World and Elden Ring introduced stamina, situational stamina drain. By that I mean if no enemies are around, you can do stamina doesn't drain, but when enemies are around, it drains because it's the most beautiful thing ever. I will always want to go on that Dark Souls sewer rant. ADP is not that bad. If it was part of dexterity, it actually would have made a lot more sense. And been cool. I mean, get smart idea. Be dexterous in both rolls and makes a lot of sense. Yeah, Velociraptor. By the way, like I said, in PayPay V, he scrapped that music. Yeah, yeah, those music is way better. Right, that's another reason why I did it. That's another reason why I chose Hammer. Crowd control. And dodging. Wait, did... Bro, I gotta fight it. Oh yeah, I am going to big commitment. Commit. I'm doing it that too. Regular Velociraptor. Wow, I could have died when the quest almost finished. What was that? Wow. That's just disgraceful. Probably because I haven't played this game. Now that we got money. Cause like you gotta do hunts to get money on this, okay? They cost a lot of money to get on, so. Shoot, if I get Diamond Hermitard on my set, then that can actually be good Actually, really good for me. Still, there are times that means I can actually hunt again. Ah, crap! I gotta get. I gotta hunt this stuff tonight. And like I said, notice how you can just like fill that thing up with a lot of stuff. I want you to understand how bad it can be. Like, hey. Be actually more unfortunate that thing. Here's the thing. If I remember said correctly, certain weapons just turn to certain different things. Yeah, right here. Yeah, I can, if I can. Yeah, I just remember. Yeah, if I can probably get These combo sheets it. You know, it's kind of weird how Final Fantasy can get a good story, but Kingdom Hearts can't get it for the life it's itself. For that, by that I mean, before somebody say, "Well, that's why we make fun." Shut up, shut up. No, it's like people don't know. I saw this dude talk about like the dude, same dude that talked about how like 10. I forgot his name, but it's like you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like made the kids in like Five Fantasy 7 remakes. The fans are in the minority. No, no, they're not. My goodness. If they were, the only reason why the game didn't sell as well as so where it wanted it to be is because it was a PS5 exclusive for a little bit, short time. again, it's like, you believe in the, like, oh, 10 so well, because it was turn based. And then trying to say 15 doesn't count, not selling, for selling well, even though it was also, because it was hyped out. I'm like, you do realize 10 killed 9 because of the hype of a next gen Final Fantasy game. The same people that brought you 7 made a game that's come to the most sold console, one of the most sold console of all time, if not the most sold console of all time. I'm not joking. Yes, that was a point he made. 15 does not count because it was the most hyped up Final Fantasy. 10 sold, and then and before that he said 10 sold a lot of copies. I'm like, you do realize, and that's gonna shoot. What's the word for it? Oh, dang, I forgot the word for it. So we're sudden. Just made oxymoron, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. How much of an oxymoron that is? Before someone said, you was born 2004. How do you know Final Fantasy didn't do so well? Because 9 didn't sell as well as much as what 2. Because it was on literally because everyone was waiting for 10. That's the most common story of all time. I was going to circle. Yeah, it is. Halftime. Oh my goodness, accurate. Yeah, by the way, this thing's a bird riven, which I don't think there was a bird in this game. When we really think about it, Velociraptors are basically ostriches. Let's see if there's something real quick. And I can't. And shoot, I should have just rested. Crap, I really actually do have to hunt. Because I gotta get that anchor hammer. Shoot! Shoot, I gotta do it anyway. Because, dang, this sucks. You may be asking why you combine items yet. Because I don't have comic books. Yeah, that's no explain. No ifs or buts about that. Combo the Glad that's never brought back in the series after the world. Because that was the dumbest thing ever. What do you mean the stuff I need? I need to. What do you mean the stuff I just gathered needs has a chance of messing up, going right? What kind of stupid decisions? What kind of stupid choice is that? I could just sworn it was fine. Yeah, night. Here's the thing, night sucks. Maybe action why does suck. If I get it. Let's speed this process up a bit. 3, 2, 1, and look, it's like, wow, there's nothing here. Guess I can gather yet. Just gotta replace it with a small monster. Why is that? Because every monster, like I said, it's night. That affects not only seasons and day and night cycles. Both affects your monster rate and placement and your item placement. Cause it affects how monsters are. I mean, not hard, but how strong they are. For instance, Area 4 now is the worst thing ever. And the main reason why I stopped playing this game for the first time. Maybe asking, what do you mean by that? What I mean by that? Area 4 now meaningless. Basically, it's still foregone. actually wind this up. Yes, Skull. The VTuber dude. I actually played Monster Hunter Talks about. He actually played Frontier. I actually played Generation Ultimate too. This is the only dude that played Generation Ultimate. Yeah, loud one. Yeah, right here. Yep. Oh, the claws is not covered. I just noticed it. Yeah. Besides the head crest, the claws is not colored now. The one, the raptor claw, the one that Raptor's known for. Also, some more small monsters joining. Yeah, this is a thing from Gen 1. I'm glad. Glad it isn't coming. Bastion was so scary. Just Gunner animal. I don't like dumb animal now. No, it's kind of weird how people consider Ravio's to be the worst monster. It's not that bad. It's just like you just bring a hammer. It's not that bad. You can grow out kind of over the sand because it's like difficult. But like what? Why kind of a lot of? It's like it's not like top 10 quarter car list. I'm like kind of low though. Just for those you got that thing deserves to get 8. Because all it does, you just put, and the purple version is the worst one. Because it's flashed me 3 times in a row. 3 times. I should have clipped that for the proof of it. Because I'm not joking, 3 times in a row. They may be wondering why I'm just doing this because straight up I can both gather a lot of stuff, and not only that I can actually get this get it without having to deal with a large monster trying to kill a large monster. It just seems more plausible. I see gathering in naturally anyway, so it makes more sense. Did I win or not? No, I did not win a line. My stupid. But these things can't turn me a charge. Yeah, it's happened before. Well, you need sunset art for deodorant. His feelings. Alright, what am I trying to do? That's actually not bad. There it is, boys. Just here it is. Reaction wanted just buy into immediately because straight up it sucks to not have comic books. Like I said, it doesn't stack. I was just kind of like, you gotta combine your inventory, like personal inventory. Takes forever. Man, pressure. Do some stuff real quick. An interview